You know, I remember hearing years ago a story of a man in the United States, in the state of Florida.
Já si vzpomínám na jeden příběh o jednom muži ve Spojených státech na Floridě.
And his wife had been talking to him, sharing the gospel with him, trying to get him to come to the Lord.
A jeho manželka s ním sdílela evangelium a snažila se ho vést, aby přišel k Pánu.
And he was like, "Oh, you know, I don't need that religious stuff."
A on vždycky říkal, no já to nepotřebuju, tyhle náboženské věci.
But suddenly one day he had a heart attack and he died.
A najednou měl infarkt a zemřel.
And he wasn't going up, he was going down.
A nešel vzhůru, ale šel dolů.
And by a miracle of God's grace, he came back to life.
A jako zázrakem a boží milostí on on to přežil.
And as soon as he could, he said to his wife, he says, "Pray for me."
A jakmile věděl, jakmile to dokázal říct, tak říkal své manželce, modli se za mě.
And he said, "Tell me about that Jesus again."
A on říká, řekni mi znovu o tom Ježíši.
And so she prayed with him and led him to the Lord.
A ona se za něj s ním modlila a vedla ho k Pánovi.
And so he was very happy.
A on byl opravdu šťastný.
You know, I know Jesus. I have, you know, the life of God, the peace of God.
A on najednou říká, já znám Ježíše, já mám pokoj Boží.
And about maybe a year or two later,
a asi o rok nebo dva později,
he had another heart attack.
Měl znovu infarkt.
And he died.
A zemřel.
And he went up to heaven.
A tehdy šel nahoru do nebe.
And this is a true story, okay?
A tohle je pravdivý příběh.
Okay? And he said he got up there.
A on říká, já jsem se tam dostal.
And he saw Jesus.
A viděl tam Ježíše.
And he fell before the Lord and began to worship him.
A padnul před Pánem a začal ho uctívat.
And he realized he had nothing to give to the Lord.
A on si uvědomil, že neměl nic, co by mohl dát Pánu.
And he realized in that moment that he had been born again, he'd been saved.
A on si uvědomil, že on neměl co dát Pánu a že byl spasený,
but he hadn't done anything.
Ale nic neudělal.
He hadn't told anybody else about Jesus.
Nikomu jinému neřekl o Ježíši.
He had not helped or done anything in his local church.
Nic neudělal ve své domácí církvi.
And by a miracle of God's grace,
a jako boží milostí, zázrakem,
they were able, you know, here on earth to bring him back to life.
Se jim podařilo ho oživit znova na zemi.
And so when he came back to life here on earth,
takže když znovu přišel k životu tady na zemi,
he says, "I'm going to get busy."
A on říká, já budu zaneprázdněný.
And he got involved in his church.
A on se zapojil v jeho církvi.
And he started telling people about Jesus.
A začal lidem říkat o Ježíši.
He got to work.
A on se začal pracovat.
And he said this. I want to have something to be able to give to Jesus.
A řekl, já chci mít něco, co budu schopen dát Ježíši.